Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I want to say what a pleasure it is to have you back on the channel. And if this is your first time viewing, allow me to wish you a wonderful welcome as well. As you can see before you, we've returned to my very unstable setup to bring you a game or two of Solitaire. Now, as always, I am wearing a pair of nylon or latex gloves or whatever these are because I have a condition called vitiligo that affects the pigment in my skin, and I am very much not over it yet. So, for the time being, I choose to hide that from the world. And if you've watched my channel for long enough, you know I have a proclivity for collecting playing cards. This is a recent addition to my collection. These are the Bicycle Prestige Rider backs. Now, originally when I got these, I didn't know what the real difference was between these and a standard pack of bicycle playing cards, but the real difference comes from the texture on the cards themselves. They don't have that sort of gloss back finish that a lot of cards have, and they have a much different texture. I don't know. I don't know how well that will translate to the camera, but I quite enjoy the box that these come in, so I will try to very delicately unpackage these because it can be rather noisy and I don't want to cause any sharp sounds. So we have the nice cover there. We'll set that aside. And then this right here is the box that holds the cards. It's a very, very nice box. I like it quite a lot. I wish I had more card boxes like this. But we will slide this top right off. Now, I have already removed the instruction cards and the two jokers, but we will take a quick look at these cards. All the same, I have shuffled them as well, but these are the Prestige Riderback bicycle cards. They are very, very nice. I enjoy them quite a bit. They do have this very odd, fresh out of the plastic wrapping smell to them that sort of smells like a lit firework. I'm not sure why that is, but that's just how they smell at the moment. I haven't gotten a lot of use out of these yet, but I hope to in the future. Perhaps for more videos, we can take a quick look at the back side as well. And now I will begin our game of Solitaire. So, the first card, which we will be placing over here. I hope I have enough room for this, but we may have to play this a bit more compact. But that will be the first card. There's a bit of dust there on the tablecloth. Just getting that out of the way. And then it's a bit awkward to do this based on how I have this set up, but this all down ever so slightly. And I think that should look just a little bit better. I think that will work for our purposes today. So, again, bit of an awkward angle to do this, but we will try. 1, 2, that felt like 2 cards. Is it 2 cards? No. Anyways, 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. We start again. 3, 4, 5, 6, and number 7. Number 4. Oops. I may need to make an adjustment very quickly. I accidentally peeked, so we will ever so slightly adjust. That should be good enough. Now, moving on. Hold on. Die count properly. I'm not sure that I did. Let's double check our counting. So we have 1 here. We have 2 here. We have 1, 2, 3 there. 4 here. 3 there. Okay. So we will need to rotate these cards a little bit. Okay. So this is pile number 5, 6, and 7. I suppose I should move this out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 7. Okay. I believe we are now ready to begin our game of Solitaire. Let's take a look at the board. We have a black 9 in our first row. We have a red 8, a red 7, a red 8, a black 2, a black king, and a red jack. So we can move this red 8 onto the black 9. Then we can flip over this card, revealing a black 6, which we can then move to the red 7, which we can then move this card, which gives us a black 5, and double checking to make sure I do not see any moves that we can make. So we will reveal our first. We can move this black 7 to the red 8 on the first column. Then we have a red 4, which we can move onto the black 5. We now have a red 3, which I cannot use. Our next card is a red 6, which I can move onto the black 7, and then I can move the black 5 and the red 4, and I can place these over here, which would then allow us to reveal the final section, which is a red 9. If we get a black 10, we will be able to move this here and then move the king, which would be excellent progress. We have found a red 8, which we can, a black 8, I'm not sure why I said red. We found a red 8, which we can move to the, I said red again, I'm losing it. A black 8, which we can move to the red 9, which is the part that was screwing me up there. Then we can move this red 7 and black 6 to this new pile, and we can reveal a black queen, which we can use by moving the red jack and placing it there, revealing underneath a red 10, which we actually have the ability to use by moving this here. Now, what would be really interesting is if by chance we actually shuffled into a winnable scenario for Solitaire. Because as I understand it, despite there being a near infinite number of hands, or shuffles I should say, for a stack of 52 cards, there are only a small number of those that can actually be used to reach a solvable state in Solitaire. So I have not set up anything in advance, so we'll see if this will be one of those instances or not. We found a black 9, which at the moment we are unable to use. We found a red king, which we cannot use at the moment. We have found a red 9, which we cannot use for the time being. We found a red 6. We have found a red king, which we cannot use at the moment. A red 5 we can use. A red queen, which we can use in 2 places. I will use it here. I think that's a good spot for her. A red 2, which we cannot use. I'm fairly certain if we don't find the aces over here, we are probably out of luck. So let's hope. A red 5. I don't know why I said red again. You'll probably think I'm colorblind with the way I've been mixing my colors today. Excellent. We have discovered our first of the aces. Now, do I have enough room to position that? I think I will put this first ace of ours right over here and try and gently spread the tablecloth so that it is lying more flat. We have found a red 7, which I do not have the ability to use at the moment. I would really like to find a black 10. That would be quite substantial. A red 7. Again, I said red. I am quite delusional tonight, it seems. Let's see, a black 4 I can use. I don't think I've seen any red 3s. Another black 2. And what a stroke of luck, as we can now gently add that black 2 to our slightly elevated black ace, specifically the spade ace. A red 4, which I already have in use over here. Let's check again. A black 8, which I cannot use. For the time being, I would greatly enjoy one of these last 2 cards to be a black 10. I think that is our only way out. We have another red ace, the ace of hearts. We will add this over here. And our final card is a black queen. I think we may be in an unsolvable state, but we will run through the cards one more time to find out. So, we have a red 3. Excellent. We can move forward by placing the red 3 on the black 4, followed by a black 2. We uncover not the ace of diamonds, the 2 of diamonds, which we add to the ace of diamonds, and we progress further, and we find our elusive black 10, which I will be placing right here and moving this entire section of cards very gently right about here. So we can see the 9, we can see ever so gently the other cards in the sequence, and then I'm going to first draw this card, revealing a black 9, which I cannot use before moving this king to this square here, revealing his beloved wife, the Queen of Hearts, which works excellently for us. For the time being, I would like to find a black jack. I am also now realizing I forgot to lift this card, revealing the final ace, which I will place over here. And then I will add the 2 of clubs, just in case we find another red 3, or a black 2, in need of a home, which is unlikely because we've used them all. We do, however, find the red king that I was hoping to find, as I remembered it being there. And we will again move this stack of cards, ever so gently, ever so carefully, to a new home, just to be sure we have everything in order. We have a black queen, a red jack, a black 10, a red 9, a black 8, a red 7, a black 6, a red 5, a black 4, and a red 3. So we know all of that is in order. And if I find the 2 of hearts, we can begin moving back down this row of cards. But for the time being, I have found another suitor. A black jack to add to the red queen, revealing a black 4. And again, I'm neglecting a black 3. So let's quickly add our sequence over here. Gently sparse these so that they may be somewhat legible. And then we will add the black 3 to our growing pile. revealing another black 10, but at the moment I have no use for it. Let's check. A red 9, which I can add to this newly acquired black 10. Let me take a gander. If I could find the 2 of hearts, we could move the 4 of clubs, and then move this. But I don't know that the 2 of hearts is in here. We found a black 6, which I can add here. I don't know why I called that a black 6. Am I actually deranged? Who can tell? We found the other red king. So we have all of our kings. Do I have a black queen out there? She's under here, which is not helpful. We continue forward. We have found the 2 of hearts, which means we can move the 3 of hearts and the 4 of clubs. And suddenly, ladies and gentlemen, I am starting to believe in our ability to solve this game of solitaire. So now we move this black 4, revealing a black 3, which I do not need anymore because I have all of the 2s. I can also move this red 4 onto the 4 of hearts. Next we have the 5 of clubs, which we can add here. And then we can bring out a red 7, which I do not have a use for. What I need more than anything is not the 4 of diamonds, though I can put that in play if I so please. I have found a black 8 and a red 7. I need a black 6, which I believe there is one in here if I have not used it already, and I must have, because that is a black queen that goes here. And suddenly, my optimism has drained, because I do not know where the red jack could be. We have a black king, a red queen, a red queen, a black queen. We have a red king, a black queen, so on and so forth. I can move this black 4. I can't move the 5 or this 4. Let me see. Can't use this 9 because I can't move this 4. If I could move this 4, I could finagle about and win, but there is a distinct lack of options here for me to use. Let me think. We got so very far, and I think now we may be out of the running. I don't have a red jack. Moving the black jack doesn't do anything. I can't go down the line on any of these because I don't have the 3 of diamonds, so I believe that is in fact null and void. So let's take a grand old look at what our final card was over here. The red 3 we were missing, of course. And then in this extensive pile, we will find the red jack, the red 10, a black jack, a black 6, and a red 5. I think we have time for one more game. So let me gather my cards. I will try to not make too many abrupt noises with the shuffling that will soon follow. And we will hope for the best. We did quite well, all things considered. I don't want to use the bridge method to shuffle. It's never been my cup of tea, and I know this is a less efficient way to shuffle, and takes longer, but this is how I shuffle my cards most of the time. This, I don't quite know what you would call it, method. I do hope it is not too loud. Again, the cards don't have the gloss finish, so they are a bit louder when shuffled than normal. So let me just. I think just one more little. Something like that ought to do the trick. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then make a shift slightly to the left. Perhaps a slight adjustment on the tablecloth to try and even things all out. This is a rather small table, so there's not much room to work with, but I think that should be all right. Number 2, number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm curious to know what your favorite number is. Be sure to comment down below what that number might be. Me personally, my favorite number is 27. 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 7 again. Now, let's inspect the board. We have our first ace right away over here, which allows us to reveal a black king, a black king, a jack, an 8, a 5, and a king. So, our first card is a black queen, which we can use to move the red jack, which we can reveal a black 10. Perhaps I did not shuffle this as thoroughly as I thought, but that is perfectly all right. We have a red 7. And now a black 3, which moves us to our second of the aces, which we can add over here. We have found a black 2, and then a red 2, which we can add over here as well. A red 6 we will add to the black 7. A red 2 we will add to the black 3, which is why I left it in play. A red 3 we cannot use. A black 10 we cannot use. A red 9 we can move here. A black 8 we can move here. Do we have a red 7 in the audience? We do not. There's a red 7 there. Again, I may not have shuffled very thoroughly. A red queen I will place here, move the black jack, followed by the black king, revealing below it a black 9, which I will move these 3 cards to this pile, revealing below it a red 4 to put on the black 5, revealing another red 9, which I have the ability to use. No, I don't. I was getting ahead of myself. A red 3 I will place here. A red 4. A black 6. I just realized this is a black 5. So I can do this. And then I can do this. Which I cannot do anything with that. Oh, I hope that didn't cause any trouble. I accidentally bumped the camera as I was moving. But I am now going to move the red king and all of his compatriots to this newly opened square. Spread that out a little bit. Should be good enough. Try not to get these cards impeaching on anyone's territory. Black 5, which I cannot. Yes, I can actually. I can place this here, revealing a red 6, revealing another 9. This may be where it gets tricky, ladies and gentlemen. There's another ace. We add over here a 2, a 3. I did not shuffle these very well at all, but that's all right. A red queen. We have no jack in play. Our final ace is revealed. I can move this 2. Do I need that? Well, it's too late now, actually. But I had no use anyway. A black jack to the red queen. A black 6, which I cannot use. And finally, a red 5, which I do not think one last go around, a red 3, which I can add to this pile, which is almost falling off the table. A black 10, which I cannot use. A black 6, which I cannot use. And a red 5. So, I think that will do it for this video. If you did enjoy, consider liking and subscribing. It helps tremendously. And if you have any suggestions for the type of content you would like to see, be sure to leave those in the comments as well. Before I depart, we will check and see what sort of scoundrels are hiding beneath these cards. Allow me just a moment to collect. Now let's start from left to right. We have a red 10, which eluded me in both of these games. Here we have a red jack, which again eluded me. A black 4, the other red 10, a black 8, a red king, a black 5, a red 7, a black queen, and a red 8. Now it is important, of course, ladies and gentlemen, to amend things to their proper places when finished. So I will be taking great care to place these cards back into their box, along with the instructional card, and both jokers will be returned safely to their proper places. And stored. Just like that. I thank you very much for watching, dear viewer. Thank you again, and I will speak with you all again soon. Goodbye for now.